And today we're making mixed berry pie. This pie is the fastest way home for any homemade pie. Let me show you what's in it. You need one big bag of frozen berries from your grocery store. And today I'm cheating with a prepared pie crust. You also need sugar and flour, and that's it. This is the easiest recipe for a homemade pie. Make sure your pie crusts have been sitting on the counter for about 15 minutes, because if you don't, it's going to stick together. And if you throw it in the microwave to make them a little softer faster, it'll stick together and you'll have pieces of glue. So that's not going to work. I'm putting a little bit of flour on my cutting board because I have an issue with the makers of these pie crusts. They never make them big enough to really cover my pie pan. I hope they're watching and they take heed of my little complaint I'm registering today, because this is what I have to do. I got to roll it out about another inch all the way around. Fold it into thirds and then put it into your pie pan. Shove down the sides and pull up the edges. I only have to do that trick with the bottom crust. The top crust is going to be fine. This is a 3-pound bag of berries, and they've been frozen, but they've been sitting out a little bit while I've been preparing for this recipe. So I pour my berries into a big bowl, and into them I add 1 cup of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of flour, so it thickens up the berry juices for a beautiful sauce in your pie. And now we're going to toss it like a salad. We want to mix up the flour and the sugar pretty much through them, but don't worry about making it perfect because it'll mix itself in the pie crust while it's cooking. So pour your berries into your crust. They may be part frozen, and that's okay. And get them all. I'm going to want a dome shape, and I'm going to want there to be a little room around here for those juices to go into our beautiful crust in that thick, rich berry syrup that's going to come with this pie. And now we get our other crust to go on top. So you unroll it and you line it up with the side of your pie and you pull it across to cover. And see what I mean? The second top crust doesn't need to be as big as the bottom crust. Why don't they know that? Here's a trick for the crimped edges. You put your little thumb in and you use your other 2 fingers like tweezers. And you just press, going around and around you go. And you get a beautiful edge. Isn't that easy? And I like a pie to look homemade. And so if there's a little imperfection, I don't care. It looks like it's not from the bakery, it's from your kitchen. Now you got to cut little slits in the top because that steam has to come out. Otherwise, it's going to try to wedge itself through the sides of your pie and make a big mess. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I've also put some parchment paper on top of a baking sheet. I put my baking sheet 1 rack below my pie. Now that's going to set in there and that's going to cook for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. My pie took 2 hours to cook because a lot of my berries were frozen. Let your pie cool. Probably about 1 hour or 2 because it's really hot with that sugar bubbling it with those berries. I love my pie a la mode, so I'm going to add a little ice cream, and now my pie. Oh man, it smells so good. Okay, how easy was that? Subscribe to my channel and comment. Tell me what you want to make. Let's make it together. Bon appetit.